Can they do... Oh, no! He's going big bucks. No whammies. Big bucks. Can he do it? In this corner, we have 3 German forces as the Austere and 1 German force as the OKW, featuring Jagdtiger, MajorBones, Sithro, and another random person who we will call Purple. On the other side, we have Angel, Palacios, Demu from Hell, Captain Tabasco, and Elmo Fudd, okay, as 2 Soviet, a American, and a Brit. This fight is on the map Nordwind. We'll see how much hell can be brought into this battlefield of Nordwind, and who will win, who will lose, and will take home victory. And yeah, so overall, with basic builds, everyone's going with a standard build, it looks like, for at least the Austere with MG Grenadier. Nothing too much. Nothing too much, but MajorBones is going with Breakthrough, so we're going to see him going Panzerfusiliers. These things are good with either Panzerschrecks or G43 rifles. Again, whatever you bring to the table, they're pretty damn effective. They're going to get into building and open fire against the Riflemen and rear echelon. And again, most likely he's going to make an attempt to try to grab that munition point. Right now, the other point under fire is currently the fuel point, which we can see here. Sithro is firing upon Angel. Hold on. Yep, but his British forces are in the building, shredding these pioneers with ease. My god. Grenadiers, you may want to get to cover. Demu has gone with airborne, and he might be bringing that to the table on the right-hand side. He's also bringing penals, so again, PPSHs can be equipped with them, and by god, that makes them as deadly as shock troops. It's astounding. Shock troops with satchels. Anyway. Right now, we currently have them opening fire from range with the MG, which will probably be used to keep back these penals. Overall, they should win this area, and I would say pretty much solidly the Germans will hold this area pretty effectively. Anyway, right down south, we have Riflemen in mid, taking that point, and further south, Sturm Pioneers and Panzerfusiliers being flanked by them. So Major might be caught off guard here. The cover will not work at that angle. Grenade being thrown. Panzerfusiliers taking massive damage. And there goes a full squad of Panzerfusiliers by a great grenade by Captain Tabasco. Really putting on that hot sauce on the Major. But additional Panzerfusiliers are moving to cover to hold them back. And meanwhile, the Major might have lost the force, but he's not laughing at because of that loss. He's laughing because right now the double fuel income they're about to get. Well, hold on. Maybe not. Angel, though, cut off the territory, and looks like British forces are causing havoc behind enemy lines, keeping the fuel from being captured in the northern sector. So that's pretty good, I would say. Holding that territory. It looks like Riflemen as well doing the same thing here, trying to go for the cutoff to stop the fuel income. Allies, not dumb, they realize the situation at hand and the lack of fuel that they are currently getting, and trying their best to cut off the supply chain for the German forces. Right now, Major does have a building, so no grenades as of yet. Luckily, he does pull him away from capturing that territory, and German forces hopefully capture this soon. Pino's coming from behind, trying to get around this MG to throw Satchel. Not sure why they don't throw Satchel. Sithro's gone Jaeger armor, which you've seen, of course, festing support for additional support. Breakthrough, and then what else do we have? Nothing else. I don't know what these penals are doing, but they're just running around the house. Sure. I mean, I guess that's a tactic you can do. They're going to pull on back. MG just having a time shredding all the infantry around the building. Like, no joke, this MG has 5 kills in Vet 1 already. And armor-piercing rounds. So, again, he could just turn and open fire and kill more stuff if he really wants to. Meanwhile, in mid, we have American and Soviet forces trying to hold on to the munition point, doing what they can. Yet, everyone knows what Tabasco sauce is, right? Tabasco? No, okay. Everyone's like, hot sauce. Anyway, Grenadiers holding on, but smoke is coming down from a American mortar. We do have Major coming on in with multiple units of Panzerfußleers. Again, combined, like right now he's versing conscripts and riflemen. In cover, yes, they can hold, but I feel like he really needs the munitions. And right now, the allies are actually getting a lot of munitions right now to hold a lot of these key fronts. Conscripts in retreat. Panzerfußleers could pick him off. It's going to be close. They're going to focus on the mortar. Mortar is retreating. Same thing with the American American mortar team and the conscripts running. They do get out of there. Squad of breakthroughs moving on in against the MG, focusing on them. He needs to focus fire to shred that MG before it can really suppress. And they are doing that. MG taking so many hits, it goes down without even causing a small hint of suppression. Conscripts now under fire. Oh my god, this is a slaughter right now. Another squad goes down. Engineer's about to go down. And my god, it's a massacre for Elmo Fudd. Can we have a small... ladies and gentlemen, can we have a word of silence for Elmo Fudd? 222 coming on in. Oh god, I'm sorry, I can't take it seriously. Elmo Fudd, that's a great name. That is a fantastic name. Anyway, like before, German forces still hold on barely, but still the southern positions are under their control thanks to Jagdtiger's men and some mortars, pioneers, stuff like that. Oh my god. Up north, though, British forces have made small inroads at breaking up the fuel here and slowly pushing the Germans back. If anything, the Soviets and British looks like they have this area under their control. So, good job there. They are advancing. They are doing pretty well. Right now, Soviets looking pretty good with their PPSH-equipped men. And again, he's dropping additional equipment, which is always great. I think it would be cool if he did that and supported his ally. Because not Angel Balacios, my apologies. Elmo Fudd does have, like, conscripts. So equipping them with PPSHs could be very effective. I'm sorry, not PPSHs, my apologies. SVT rifles. That could be good for long range. And then also combine them with guards, and he has a very long-range fighting force. Anyway, we still got the 222 and everything else there. Smoke being dropped by someone. Oh, the mortar team. Okay. Mini mines being placed so Captain Basco doesn't have to worry about armor chasing him. Literally, if they do give chase, it'll be hit by a mine, slow him down, and the armor can escape. He is also looking at a very good fighting force. A lot of good riflemen, the captain. Meanwhile, up north, we have the mortar half-track and the 222 holding him back. Also, artillery coming in. I'm assuming that's Brit artillery. I would guess, yep, it's Brit artillery. Anyway, forces are now moving on in. There's a, oh my god, well, there goes the rifleman squad. Major just had his comeback moment, and yeah, he got pulverized by a Panzerfußleer grenade. No quarter. Now the captain and some echelons are fighting to retake the munition point. We're actually seeing a good German push at both munition points right now, which would be really important if they could grab that, because that cuts resources. Because right now the Germans have slowly built up theirs, but the Allies have, as you can see with the penals, have built up their infantry quite effectively. If you could take over the munition points and then send it back to German, well, German command to get additional, like, I don't know, G43 rifles, yeah, you're looking pretty damn sweet. But anyway, Panzerfußleers pushed back by the MG, so, and yeah, the AT. Elmo Fudd, though, he coming back in with a bit of a smile as he brings in not one, but two heavy mortars. That's right, 120s are abound for this Fudd. And yeah, he's deploying him in mass. So a lot of the German infantry are going to need to hightail it and keep on running so you don't get hit by the high explosive mortar that could literally kill you in a single blow. It's horrifying. And not only that, he's getting a third one. Ladies and gentlemen, if you like the 120 or a big fan, you might be a fan of this game. Because by God, he's calling them in mass. Now, again, Jagdtiger does have a decent amount of infantry and support equipment. Maybe not to deal with all those 120s, but at least hold back the pushes that follow the 120s. We can see here Major does have a good amount of assault via his breakthrough, and he has got a medical facility, but not mechanized. The other German forces are looking good. They got mortar half-track in some forces, but Purple's looking a little bit light. Cithro looking a bit better with his forces, and overall, it looks like combined they are slowly impacting the Brits in this area. It's a bit of a stalemate, reminds me of a certain thing, but hey, they're holding. So, General IG says they're cost efficient. I mean, you're not, look, they are very costly, but they are very deadly if used, if they can be used to their full potential. If they don't get a high amount of veterancy or high amount of kills, absolutely they're not worth it. But I would say the same thing with shock troops. Because some mass people are like, yes, I'm going to deploy shock troops on steppes in the north. And it's like, okay, why, buddy? Why? You can use shock troops in that environment, but it's not the best suited for it. In a situation like this, where you know the enemy is going to be constantly fighting you in this sector, I think it's a good choice because you get recon and you can constantly bash the enemy and use the front line as a screen to kind of hold them back. Now, if it keeps missing like that, you're not wrong. And right now, they don't have many kills to their names, but one good mortar hit and to a certain blob or something like that, and yeah, it could absolutely cause some havoc. Alright, there's a model. But again, you need to actually get some kills. That's the big thing, is will the mortars actually get kills? MG is going to suppress the Panzerfusilier blob, but here's the thing. The G43 rifles are opening fire. Heavy mortars and artillery destroy a lot of Major's force. Oh my god. Major being pushed back. His units are still alive, but they could face... Oh my god, Stern Pioneer is actually the unit that's going to face annihilation. Holy crap. And, yeah. That boom that happened absolutely destroyed a lot of German forces. That was quite severe. Again, also, good job on the penals. Got to give a shout out to Demu from Hell for upgrading his men. Again, people forget, everyone thinks about the conscripts, but these penals with PPSHs are a real fighting force. Grenadiers trying to hold the line, but penals saying, we're pushing up the hill. Rifle grenade firing to stop their advance, but they're still coming. Artillery doing a bit of friendly fire action. And the penals will hold. Can they get the kill on the Grenadiers? Now the flank is open for the penals to move on in. And yeah, this was probably the wrong way to go, but they had another MG on standby. If they can get close enough, maybe just hide behind the cover. Oh, I think he saw the... oh yeah, he sees he can just get close. They're still pushing. Right now, Germans are the British are being pushed back slightly, but this flank could be actually what they need to kind of drive some of the Germans away, hopefully. Throw satchel. No, they're suppressed. He threw it. Pull the forces back. MG is dead. AT guns knock out the 222. They are open, though, to fire for the Panzergrenadiers, and they will be chased. There's nothing really protecting them, except for maybe the mortar pit, but even then... Don't expect the Panzergrenadiers to be pushed back. British counterattacking with artillery. Pathfinding going to cause issues there. Artillery comes in, gets a good hit on the mortar. MG very low. Mortar... I'm sorry, not mortar. Grenade is thrown, but mostly misses. But British do pick it off in the end. British infantry trying to pick off the pack. And do we have another push by Panzerfusiliers? Trying to kill these mortars, but the grenades are not enough. And they're being pushed back. Grenadiers, though, still on the fight. And one squad of Panzerfusiliers. They get the AT grenade at the very least, and they will continue the push. But the British do have the north. And with the armored car giving chase, he might try to finish off that mortar half-track. Rangers are now on the field. Again, Captain Basco going with heavy cav. So, yeah, we're going to see some close-range stuff. Johnny rectifying. That's cost inefficient. He did lose a mortar. Don't get me wrong. But the nice thing about the mortar as well is one model can also hold it. So it is with that weird support equipment that when it gets down to one, you're still okay. So, at least in that regard, I do have some respect for these things. Now, is it good to group them up? Absolutely not. Like, what they're doing right now is a Panzerwerfer, like wet dream right now, but still. But it looks like American forces are pushing on in. Grenade being thrown doesn't do all that much, and they'll be pushed back. But, gotta give it up to the Allies. Right now, they're getting 63 munitions per turn. So, they need upgrades. By God, they can get upgrades. Or, you know, like Thompsons for your Rangers. Meanwhile, okay, what is the overall strategy of the Germans? What can they do to counter? Well, we're already starting to see some armor. We have a mortar carriage coming on in. We have, let's see. We have just like, you know, stuff for purple. Sithro doesn't really have anything, but he has upgraded the tier 3. Major Bones has upgraded the Panzer headquarters. And he has upgraded all the way. So he could get armor out soon. Jagdtiger has got himself a Panzer IV, which is on the front, and looks like combined with Major, did break the AT gun, and maybe is enough to break these mortars. Rangers, though, coming in from behind, but again, Panzer IV going to easily deal with it and force them back, so good job there. And yeah, looks like a lot of the American forces and Soviet on this side got pushed back, so good armor and infantry force combined, easily forced them back. So good use there. Allied forces really don't have much. Elmo Fudd, I feel like, is the weakest allied force. Again, I'm fine with getting a heavy mortar. That's okay. I'm less inclined of the spam. It's powerful, but they haven't been hitting. And by God, yeah, I feel like they could be better used to help other allies rather than holding this front and then keep being pushed back. Panzer IV focusing on the ambulance. Misses target. Needs another good hit. Come on. There we go. Does get the ambulance kill. Panzer IV, though, very weak. Could be killed here. Is killed. And there goes Jagdtiger's Panzer IV. Again, maybe, I don't know, going this way? Like, going an escape route through this way? Because, again, Major's forces were there. So there was an attempt he could have used, but, oh well. Germans now holding mid, pretty much. They're also holding this area, which... not really much action. I'm actually surprised we're not seeing a Pioneer squad come over and lay a bunch of mines and such, because it's not like the Germans don't have munitions. They do. And Jagdtiger himself actually has quite a bit that under his, that he can deploy. So a good Tellermine here or there, good S-minefield on the point could be very effective at delaying them. British forces, though, with a double T-70. What the hell? All right, sure, double T-70. What is this, 1941? 1940/41 on the Finnish front? I think the Soviets are fighting a bit more than just infantry-focused Finns on this front, if that's the case. Unsure why he did that. Maybe just for good anti-infantry firepower while the the AT guns deal with everything else. But it looks like a lot of infantry coming on in. Those T-70s are going to take a lot of hits. And they don't pull back from the AT grenades. They do manage to, and we have an armored car and a flamethrower coming on in to support. Oh my God, AT gun gets demolished. Mortar, I love this positioning, by the way. Firing over the fence.
Ambulance taking the field.
Let's see, not too much action yet. Panzer IV being developed by Jagdtiger again. Major has got himself a Panzer IV. Well, no, that's a good choice. He's not even close to getting a Jagdtiger yet. So, yeah, no, good choice. He's also like, okay, F this cover. I don't like it. Oh, actually, hold on. American forces pushing in for the fuel and flanking the MG and such. Which is actually a stolen Maxim, which is quite hilarious, but still. They should be able to take the fuel and also take the munitions at this rate. 222, AT grenade. No, they're actually going to fall back. Wow, okay. Well, I thought that American push would actually lead to something, but apparently not. Alright, Panzer IV and other forces focusing all their efforts on the AT gun, doing what they can. Artillery coming on in. Mortars all set up for a perfect Panzerwerfer, like everyone keeps saying. I don't know why. Okay, melee pulls back. Oh, mortar carriage, though, gets a great shot. Mine kills him on the way out. Oh, my God. That was beautiful. Unfortunately, for the Panzer Fusilier, but still great. Oh, T-30-45, Elmo Fudd back in town. He's like, what'd you do to my mortars? I'll kill you. Come here. And yeah, he's giving chase. No AT grenades on the British. Don't worry about them. T-34-85 bounces off the front of the Panzer IV. Luckily, I think it was the OKW variant. That's the reason why it was able to bounce. McKinney for opening fire. Panzerfaust inbound. Could Elmo Fudd lose his T-34? AT gun being recrewed. I think recrewed. Or no, I guess it just moved up to the front. The Panzerfaust like, I guess we'll kill it. Oh my god. The Vet 4 Panzerfaust holding Vet 4 Panzerfaust dying. Oh my god. Dying real quick. So anyway, we're now worked this down to one Panzerfaust squad for him. How's the Soviets doing? Okay, the Soviets still have all their penals. This is like the next fighting force I'm actually really invested in because they're so strong in close range. It's like, what do these Germans currently have? They really don't have too much. They don't have like they have the MG, sure, but they don't have like a good counter to this close range infantry other than just using everything they have at them at the same time. Oh my god. Meanwhile, we have Panzer Grenadiers, but they're equipped with PanzerShreks. I mean, like, look, Purple has a good fighting force. He has been building up like a champ, and I do not in any way think the British can hold. They have a couple mines set, but the amount of mortar, infantry, AT, like half-track to reinforce, this is a good fighting force coming on in and just waiting on standby. At the very least, if the British come in, this force could easily hold them back. Because again, while they have a Firefly and some really good infantry section with upgrades, this is a major attack. Smoke being commenced. The operation has begun, and Purple has launched his major offensive. Now he is blobbing. That is a big no-no. He needs to separate. Also minesweepers, but that's fine. Penal forces under heavy fire, taking a lot of hits. Forced back, very low on health, but they do manage to get out of there A-okay. Penal's also going to hold mid. More Panzerfaust moving into mid, try to pick them apart. Panzer IV rushing on in. Again, this is where you need to really keep advancing rather than falling back because you're just going to be hit by more AT fire. Under MG suppression, the mortar half-tracks really need to start pulling an overdrive. Flamethrower unit trying to hit the AT gun. Panzer IV needs some immediate repairs. Panzer Grenadiers right over here. AT fire. God damn. Universal Carrier dodging left and right. Ocwieja needs to come in. Man, you had a great assault on paper. What happened? Alright, fine. Okay, mortar fire finally coming on in and support equipment. Ocwieja shredding the infantry, but Firefly comes on in. And without the Shreks to fire, that Firefly has really no counter to it. Oh my god. Okay, well, he lost his fight. Oh, wait, no. Wait, what? Oh, Pack Gun kills the armored car. Cool. That's a nice little win. Pack Gun's coming on in. A bit late. You really could have used that a bit sooner. Honestly, I'm not even joking. That could have came up so much sooner to really blast that Firefly to Kingdom Come. Because again, Firefly is great for damage. Like seriously, it is really, really good, especially with the rockets. But my god, it can't take too much damage. So yeah, double packs on it could easily have forced it back. So I have no idea why they didn't do that. As well as you could have dropped smoke maybe on the MG for the assaults. That way you don't get suppressed. And that way you can take a position, reinforce that area, and then be good. So yeah, that assault, that's the definition of like having the means for an assault, but like completely incompetent with the command structure. So yeah, there's that. We'll have to see how things progress. Alright, right now Panzer IVs are greening up in mid. Right now we have like a guard troop, guard troops here trying to take in the territory. I think I've covered everyone's doctrines, I want to say. Oh, Angel, I haven't covered you. Rare Engineer, okay. AVRE, come on AVRE, we got you. Come on, we need it. We absolutely need it. Good old AVRE hit would be fantastic right about now. Again, Panther as well, deployed by Jagdtiger. Captain Tabasco with 1,600 manpower. What? Dude, maybe put down some caches, because I think your team could absolutely use some additional caches. Anyway, guard troops are meeting its maker quite quickly. We have some rangers coming on in, but they don't have not bazookas, so don't expect them to do all that much. Oh, that triple mortar threats right, oh, quad, I should say. Oh, there's the Panzerwerfer that we were talking about. Yeah, doing quite a bit. Fire's being called down on the double MG and whatnot. That's gonna hurt them quite a bit. Even hurt the Panzer IV with the direct mortar shell. Check out, we actually tested that. The mortar artillery for the British actually caused some substantial damage to it. Panzer IV dying to the Su-85 and T-34 combo. Grenadiers trying to hold the line with a pack supporting. Panzer IV had to pull on back and is holding fire so it doesn't die. Come on, baby. One last shot. Not in range. Artillery, though, is actually being set up by Jagdtiger, and I don't blame them. A good arty shot right there. You get Vet 1, hell, maybe even Vet 2. That would be really, really good, especially then you activate counter barrage and you can just hit anything pretty much on the map and keep them on their toes. But what's this? A British assault up north as well. Firefly moving on in with some infantry support. Panzer IV is out of position and easily can be knocked out. Wait, is that a PanzerShrek? Oh my god, the British took a PanzerShrek. Awesome. Anyway, Stuka opening fire. Firefly trying to finish off the Panzer IV. Yeah, I'm going to say all the mortars over there died. But anyway, we already knew that. Firefly missing again. Oh, wait, no. It actually hit. The Panzer IV missed, I think. There we go. Hit. Panzer IV needs to fire one last shot. But Firefly pulling on back. Pershing going to hopefully finish it off. It does right through the front and takes out the Panzer IV. Another one coming on in, but there's no way he can fight all this armor. Su-85 as well. Helping killing a cache. Artillery set up, but now we're in a situation where it's like, great, the artillery set up, but you're in a situation where you have nothing covering it, and Rangers are now moving on in with a bar? Alright, I have no idea. Is that a... Okay. Sure. Why not? But yeah, light artillery barrage coming on in, I think. Yeah. Force elephants now moving in tow. Artillery set up, I guess, to fire from range from the comforts of the base. I love it. Elephant fires straight for the T-70, but hits a piece of barrel and misses. Katusha coming on in. The Grenadiers forcing them back. Artillery has been decrewed. We could see a German T-70 over here. Hold on. That could be a nice win. Packs as well. But Pino's coming on in. All the packs. Nothing protecting it. Pino's going to take a whirlwind of AT crew going to take a lot of damage. This artillery is well firing to try to destroy them. They do manage to do it. Pino's could throw satchels on the elephant, but alas, I don't think that's the case. Meanwhile, we have American forces coming along the side. Germans did steal the T-70. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The Germans have the T-70. It's game. GG. All in the bag. Some great shots on target from the Zis, pushing back the Panzer IV. Last shot does manage. I actually think that was the PanzerShrek that killed it. No, it was not. It had to be something else, but damn good. I thought it was it that finished it off, but not the case. Anyway, they're slowly pushing on in. Elmo, actually, his mortars are alive. Okay, I did not expect Elmo's mortars to be alive after the Stuka bomb, but I guess it wasn't effective as we thought. Artillery still in play. Stuka is now being backed up by a Jagdtiger. So we are seeing some big, heavy German tanks now come onto the field. And yeah, that's going to be some serious that's going to be a serious problem for the Allies. But the Allies do have measures to counter. They have smoke that they can drop in front of it. They have marked target. They have the IL-2 rocket run, which is incredibly deadly. Like, they have indirect means, I would say, to deal with it. Maybe not your standard way, like that you could normally deal with it. Maybe the rocket run's a little more standard, but they have opportunities. Meanwhile, Breakthrough's about to come down this whole sector, so the Allies are going to need to pull on back and retreat to a better vantage point. This will allow the Germans a small window of opportunity to push up, and that's what they're doing right now. We got Major and Sturm pushing on in because they need the munitions, they need the hold this side, and they need to just keep the Allies off balance just long enough to refocus. And the artillery, I think, did that a little bit. Meanwhile, British forces pushing on back. Panzerwerfer firing in the meantime, as well as artillery. Most likely from purple, I would assume. Yeah, purple is the Panzerwerfer and also artillery hitting. No, it's actually another sector. That is Jagdtiger's artillery. And yeah, it hasn't gotten many kills, but it has gotten some damage. S285 is rolling on in. Panther going to be in for a rude awakening, but Jagdtiger is there to support. He's going to try to fire down long range and hit some of those tank destroyers. Because by God, Jagdtiger absolutely has range. Elephant got a great shot, by the way, on that T-70. We have a Katusha opening fire on target. It's going to hit this, it's going to hit the artillery. It's going to probably knock that out. But good job there. Again, we're starting to see a refocus and hopefully a counterattack by the German forces to retake this area. Now, resource-wise, it's still pretty close. They're both relatively close with each other. Now, VP-wise, we can see here the Germans still have a... Germans have a small lead. Great. Oh, my God. Penal. Yeah, you're throwing a satchel, but he's not going to fall for it. Sithro... Oh, wait! Sithro actually loses a number of men from a late retreat on that. Okay. That was actually more effective than I thought. Doesn't kill anything, but still. Stuka coming in on target. Where's it going to hit? Oh, the engineers? Oh, the engineers got Stuka pretty hard. Nice. All right. That reduces their effective capacity to heal without using their... well, actually, Elmo Fudd could just use the vehicle self-repair, so... Yeah. I'm not sure how, you know... I feel like just use the repairs. You have 500 munitions. You're good. You're good, buddy. Meanwhile, we do have a push here, but by God, it's a blob. British forces have literally come in on that hook. Oh my God, Aviary's like, I'm sorry. No LEFH for you. And yeah, that's good. That's a good amount. So now we're chat's comparing the elephant to the Yag. Okay, so the elephant I feel like is better for like, how do I put this? If you're looking for a unit with specials, I feel the elephant is better. That's just my bet. If you're looking for something with damage and like armor, I feel like the Yag's better. Let's see. We have Johnny saying Jagdtiger slower, has more armor, and has more pen. Alo is faster and a faster reload. Yeah, and the reason I say that is because, again, you have the stun or the target weak point that you can do, as well as the spotting scope. So that's why the elephants are, like, in my opinion, a little bit better, because when you have that scope, it does help. Now, this one doesn't have... Oh, it does have the scope active. Okay, cool. And by God, it's just shredding the T-34. All right. Katusha coming on in. I love the T-70 for the Germans helping out. That's great. Now we have a double S285 focusing. Jagdtiger, though, opening fire. Elephant's taking a lot of hit, but the Jag is returning fire. Hits the T-34 dives in front of it, and does face peril and does lose it. We have an IL-2 bomb strike that came on in, the rocket run, and the Elephant's at half health pulling back. S285s need to pull back themselves because Major's coming in with some major breakthrough, with the Jagdtiger blasting them with the Panzer Fusiliers doing what they can to hold on to it. Really great job right there. The mortars are still causing havoc. Rangers now coming on in. They don't have bazookas, so it won't do much to the Jag, but they are pushing. Hold on, massive advance by a Jackson and a Pershing. This is done by Captain Tabasco, really heating things up. Pershing getting some good pens on target. We have something coming on in. I'm assuming that's fire. It is. Stuka just chilling right there. I don't know. Major having a lot of issues. Again, he has allies. They need to support, and the Jag goes down, but not without heavy losses. Pershing does go down. Jackson looking for a target, hits the T-70, and it goes down. So honestly, yes, Major did lose a Jag, and it is super critical, but a Pershing is very, very expensive. Like, again, a Jag is more so, but not by much. Actually, not by much. And then you combine a Jackson. By far, Captain Tabasco lost a lot more in that battle. But while Captain Tabasco maybe lost more, he has 1,300 manpower. So by God, he is doing very well in that way. So anyway, American forces coming on in to reclaim the munitions. We do have another push. AVRE coming on in. I think he hit the MG bunker. But yeah, Firefly trying to finish off the Stug. Can he do that? No, he's probably going to hit this. Great shot. Decommission it. Luckily, Elephant's going to return fire on the Firefly and force them back. Again, that purple is right now the weakest point of this Axis line. The good news is the Axis are still doing pretty well on all these fronts. Why is the mortar over here? I have no idea.
One of our universal carriers has been
Yeah, Universal Carrier just got annihilated by a Stug Elephant combo as it explodes into a million pieces. We have another run being done. Hold on. Oh, they're dropping medical supplies, so we made a forward base. He did lose a penal squad, or at least he hasn't regained that momentum. But hey, you know what? Demu is still a very interesting player in my book with his forces, and is still doing at least a decent job of holding mid, because that's really bringing down the VPs a little bit more even. So now it's a pretty much neck and neck between the Axis and allies, between Major, Sith Row, and then you got Purple, and then also on the other side, Demu, Angel, and all them. Also, I gotta give a shout out. Again, we do have caches down, at least for the Germans, which is really helpful for them. Well, for the most part, they don't have caches there. The Allies are a little less bare. Like, they have positions they can absolutely put caches in, but they're refusing to. Which, again, it's like, why? Why aren't you putting caches down? You could really help your allies there. Yeah. By the way, again, all the heavy tanks have different stats that kind of give them best for, like, certain combat scenarios. So, just kind of putting that out. Again, Katusha pushing back the Grenadiers. Pack 43. Now, here's an interesting strategy. We have a Pack 43 going behind the building. Again, because it can fire through. And if the allies don't know about it and commit for a major push, that Pack 43 is going to shred them. Now, the allies do have some recon options with, like... Oh, nice Stuka against all the infantry. Getting a decent amount of damage. Up to Veterancy 2, 33 kills. Major is probably pretty happy about that one. But again, T-70 trying to hold back the infantry. God, how does it feel for that penal squad to literally have your own tank like killing you at this moment? Luckily, they do get a satchel there, but he's going to die from the T-70. By God. Pack 43 opening fire. S-25 being shredded quite easily. And Demu is about to lose it. He does, but S-25 fires one shot at the last second. Hits the Panzerwerfer and saves the Rangers and the men. He died a hero for the Rodina. Meanwhile, Major's forces are being pushed back. We have some anti-air in the mortar carriage shredding them. Pershing's back on the front, but as well, we have the, I think the Jagdtiger's back, right? Yeah, Jagdtiger is back. Elephant's still committed to the left-hand side, being hit by a T-gun, which was recruited by the British. Sure, why not? And yeah, 2 tank destroyers, not going to do much to it. Gonna need something else. Panzerwerfer coming in on the MG. Does shred it, gonna force it back. Artillery's coming in on the pack, which I'm unsure. Do the allies have artillery? No, it's British artillery. IL-2 bomb run. The rockets didn't kill it, but it did bring it down. We have a Centaur moving on in, along with a Aphyria that has the command ability for recon. Oh, okay, so the British do have recon in the north. Cool. Alrighty. They're going to come on in, hopefully from the north, hit that elephant, and hopefully neutralize it. That is the goal. That's the goal right now. Can they do... Oh, no! He's going big bucks. No whammies. Big bucks. Can he do it? I would say that was a solid hit. Didn't kill as many as I thought it would, but by God, a lot of Germans got knocked out there. Brumbar coming on in with the elephant returning fire. Aviary very low on health, but I think he'll be okay. Oh, wait, no, Panther coming on in. Zithro's like, come here. Mine, 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 mine. But Firefly saying, no, mine. Unfortunately, no rockets for him. So that's going to be an issue unless he has additional support. The 6-pounder, along with the Firefly, will crack that Panther. Meanwhile, over in this area, we can absolutely see the American pushing forward. Captain Tabasco coming on in, doing quite a bit on this area. Hold on. Great Stuka hit across the board. And yeah, forcing them back. And oh my God, that infantry absolutely demolishing the cache right now. We have Panzerfull Slayers. Again, 1 Vet 5, so got to give it up to that. coming on in to trying to assist. Grenade being thrown. He does walk into it. Does quite a bit of damage. Can they finish off the Panzer Fusilier squad? Oh, good shot with the Pershing as well in the second one. Vet 5 is in. No, they're focusing on this. Grenade hurts the cache, but does push back the unit. And the Axis are once again pushed back. And now we're starting to see the turn for the Axis are now in last place. 222 diving the Pershing. I have no idea why. Oh, he dove, in case anyone's wondering, he dove the Pershing so he had more pop cap to get a Panther. That's why. Again, it's like, okay, do I need this 222 right now? No. Kill it so I have enough for population for it. That's what I need right now. That's what I need. All right. Right now, we have a Brumbar. Oh! T-34 dives at IL-2. IL-2 rocket run is inbound, ladies and gentlemen. And, yep, here it comes. Great done. Plane flies overhead, knocks out the Brumbar. And that was a good trade. Brumbar is so costly for the Germans. Pak-43 has been recruited, it looks like. But it looks like the Soviets are not committing to any advancements in mid. They're like, yeah, we're staying away. We're not dealing with that. Infantry, you go ahead. We do have a Panther. Sithro is pooling his forces over here to fight off. But again, he's fighting Rangers. And in this situation where they kind of pop out of nowhere and come into it because of all the shrubs and cover, it's harder to fight this thing. It truly is. Grenadiers having a rough time. Panther coming in to support, but another Ranger squad coming on in. Grenadiers being shredded, but they do have a bar, which is actually quite hilarious with an MG. Rangers get pushed back. We do have a small push coming on in. Artillery as well coming on this position. I have not checked population, but if we look here on the Allied side, I'm sorry, on the right, we're looking at, like, I would say mid-70s is probably estimate. Axis, though, are looking at, I would say pretty, it would be mid-80s if it wasn't for Purple. Purple has simultaneously lost so much of his forces in this fight. He has lost so many men. So, yeah, it would be great if they had it, but because you have to rank up Purple, the army kind of levels out to, like, mid-70s as well. Not exactly what the Axis want when 3 guys have more of an army than all the other Allied players. Anyway, Pershing comes on in. Now fighting a Panther. Panther, I think, could win that fight because of the veterancy. But, yeah, I would say, but Mark Target could easily change that if, you know, they help each other out. Oh my god, Pak-43 gets recrewed. Oh my god, it's like, remember my T-70? Yeah, well, they didn't get the fire, though. So that's unfortunate, but they did kill it. They did kill it, nonetheless, so that's cool. That's very good, nonetheless. Jagdtiger has now left. Oh, no. Alright. Well, then. That's pretty, alright, Jagdtiger was the linchpin on the right-hand side. Now you throw him to an AI and, well, I'm assuming that was a disconnect. If I have to guess, Sithro would not leave because he was so committed. Like, I don't think, there's no reason for him to leave from a rage quit. So I'm saying it's more of a disconnect. Alright. Right now, if I had to say, well, again, if I had to give a pre-estimate before, I would probably say out of each side, most likely, I would give it to the Allies. Not necessarily because of the fact that I feel like they're playing overwhelmingly better, but I feel like through attrition, they have slowly wore everything down. I want to give that out before this game continues because I want to kind of go over the fact that, the fact of where it is before the AI really comes into play. But right now, who knows? AI could absolutely go ham on the enemy. We've seen that before, and he has enough fighting force, he absolutely could. Plus, the AI still has, like, some things, like the C's count, like, they have the counter barrage currently active. The British are coming in, though, along the side, and by God, they're coming in force. Right now, it's looking pretty bad for Sithro. Trying to hold this front. He's pushing on in. Major, Jagdtiger's still in play in mid. A lot of tank destroyers committing right now. Sith, again, right now he has to watch out for the AI. One Panzer IV is down. But hold on, S-285s are actually in a weakened state. Jagdtiger, come on, baby. Use that range, or, okay. Panther goes down. Stuka coming on in. Could be a good spread. Is a fantastic spread. S-285's almost killed by it. And T-34 being pushed back does get out of there. AT grenades could have killed it. Alas, they were not able to. As well as we got a half track going down. So all the AI's units just perished in that. So great job, AI. Fantastic, fantastic job. All right, and whatever. They might be able to kill some of these mortars. Never mind, mortars retreat. Aphyria coming on in, pushing back the infantry. Elephant trying to move on in. Elephant's like, don't worry, I'll hold him back. And yeah, he's not kidding. Centaur gets hit with a nasty shot. Also, T-70's still alive. So the hopes are still on the T-70. They can win this, guys. They can turn the tide. The T-70's still under German hands. They got this. Meanwhile, it looks like a push on right. And honestly, at this point, yeah, there's nothing stopping them. Also, like certain people like Angel looking pretty great. I think Angel is pretty much curb stomped purple. In a fair estimate. I think purple is way too much on the back burner. He's like the Italians in Africa. He needs his ally, Cithro, to keep himself stable without losing the entire front. Now it's really up to some big plays in a short fashion. Panzerwerfer coming on in, weakens them, but no good hits. No good hits. Fusiliers will shred them and force them back. Wait, Katusha coming on in. Still, also not a good spread. Not really hitting all that much. All their forces are back here. Do the Allies' Axis have anything? They have a Stuka. Cithro, if he could Stuka bomb their forces. Like, that's 100% possible. Or even like a Katusha or anything back here and just wipe out a whole army. That's what you kind of need. Alright, Guards troops opening fire on the Panther. They're using a bit of propaganda to force them back. Hold on. Stuka coming on in. Great hit. Kills some penals. Oh, wait, come on. Finish it off. I think I killed a penal squad. Maybe? No, they got pulled back. No, he didn't kill. It was the Guards troops. My apologies. Man, they keep weakening the Allies. They just keep escaping and limping back to base. They have to stop the limp from happening. Brumbar's just chilling. I have no idea why. Aphyria came on in again. Oh, god dang it. He's up to 25 kills. This poor guy's base has just been he's been slapped so many times. Right now I'm just waiting for the final hammer to drop on for either side. Again, oh, great hit for the Panzerwerfer. Wipes all those squads. Alright. That's something. Elephant up the Veteran Z2, so it's done quite a bit. Satchel goes off in the T-70, but it lives. Cithro's T-70 is living like a champ. Recon's going overhead. Jagdtiger doing a reconnaissance pass. Oh no, it went down from Katusha fire along with the engineers. No, not the T-70. And plane crash and artillery currently hit the Elephant. They need to pull that sucker back immediately. Before the British realize what's going on and send in a Cromwell, a Firefly, an Aphyria, all down on this poor Elephant. Wait, Breakthrough's coming on in. Major's going in for a dive. Although it looks like the Soviets are not falling for it and they're pulling back immediately. And the Panther's just not able to get any good kills as far as I can see. Oh, wait, this S-285 might bite it. Oh my god, is it really gonna survive this? That's unfortunate. Oh, I'm so sorry, Major. Ugh. Unfortunate, truly unfortunate. Alright, but we're down to the wire, ladies and gentlemen. Allies through Axis have thrown a lot at the Allies, but Allies are still holding strong. Population-wise, is still pretty high, but the Allies averaging in the mid-80s. Axis, though, have lost quite a bit and are now down to the upper 60s, it looks like. It's coming down. Guard forces are moving in. Armor's going to have a unfortunate issue with all the, you know, DPs and PTRS rifles currently hitting them. Hold on. Flank from behind. Cromwell diving in. I'm not sure what they're going for, but they could go for something. We have a recon pass overhead. Will Sith row? No, it's not. It will, oh, hold on. Plane crashes into the building. Does he still have anti-air? I don't see any anti-air. Oh, yes, the American has anti-air. There goes the Stug. Jagdtiger's just sitting there. High explosive round. Maybe down the gullet of these guards troops. Come on, baby. Smoke being dropped in front to stop the Jagdtiger. Direct fire is still an option, though. Panther, though, does bite it, reducing Sturmtiger, aka the AI, to a Panzer IV as his main battle tank. Artillery is currently coming out on these guys, finally taking out some of these heavy mortars. Veteran Z3, nothing to sneeze at for the artillery. Grenadiers pushing on in, but the Axis are certainly down. And yeah, they're going to pull on back. Wait, Panther diving once again by Purple. Oh, 17-pounder setting on up. That's going to be a rude awakening. But all the tank, 4 Su-85s are like, I'm sorry, get out of here. And just swat him away with ease. No. Alright. Guard troops being picked off. Pershing opening fire. Easily pushing back the Sturm. And now the Yak's coming on in. Again, he has a artillery support. He needs armor support, though. I'm really worried about it because, again, all these Su-85s could be like... And again, I'm not even joking. They could literally turn and be like, oh, well, there's a Jagdtiger right there. You all want to go kill him? Sounds like fun. Well, it looks like they're targeting something else, and that would be the Panther deployed by Sithro. He does have plenty of resources, though. Sithro has been very good with his preservation. Something's coming on in. Oh, Panzerwerfer coming on this sector. Not too much damage. Forward retreat point is set up, but not active. I guess the artillery is hitting the region, which is why he doesn't want to do that. Alrighty. But yeah, fuel's going down here. AI's at very least capturing the point, which will at least put the Germans back on top, at least wearing down the Allies a little bit. Again, we need some big plays by Major. Alright, there we go. Weaken the Su-85. Grenadier needs to be retreated. Oh my god. He does get out just in the nick of time. 17-pounder set up, so don't expect the Elephant to really push up too much. Wait, Suka firing. Vet 4. Oh my god, please, 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 please. Oh, he's sitting over here. Actually, not bad. He does quite a bit of damage. Not to Vet 5, though, but he is up to 55 kills. Rangers, though, have really nothing stopping them. No MGs or anything. Katusha hitting the Panzerfusiliers, forcing them back. This is going to be a hell of a push, especially if they have the Su-85s to back them up, and they might move up if the Rangers clear the infantry. And by God, they're body blocking a lot of the infantry as well. We could see a Vet 5 go down. No. Panzerfusiliers live from the Rangers. MG set up by Sithro to hold him back. Grenade being thrown to force them back. Not a lot of damage, but force them back at the very least. AI is just swarming over currently Captain Tabasco. He's having to deal with that. Oh my god, come on AI. Please. Please, I beg you. If you have one smart... Oh, dang it. If you have one smart move, recrewing that Jackson would have been great. Panzerwerfer comes on in. Mortar teams have still active. My god, 24 and 19 kills. They have a decent amount of kills. I give them that. Jagdtiger moving on in against the Su-85. Elephant did manage to kill the 17-pounder over here, and the armor is being pushed back. So the heavy tanks are currently... The tank destroyers are holding each side back respectively well, doing what they can. Panzerwerfer gets a good spread in mid. And again, mortar as well comes on in. Jagdtiger still holding back so many different tanks. Major trying to kill the S-25. Can he finish it? He's going on in. He's trying to dive, and he finishes it off. But can he get back? He has 3 S-25s opening fire. At least 1 or 2 more shots could come at him. 1 shot hits. 2nd shot out of range, and the Panther makes out A-okay. My God. Woo. Good coverage right there. And again, good kill. At least he's starting to wear down the Soviets. Is that enough? Well, Elmo Fudd has like 800 fuel, so it's not a huge win, but it's something. Elephant, oh wait, Elephant's about to be hit by a P-47 strafe. Rockets coming on in. And S-25s are opening fire. Elephant needs to pull back, but smoke is being dropped for an escape. And the Jagdtiger is trying to hold. Bountiful Slayer's moving on in. That will be enough. If the Jag has good coverage, he can shred a lot of this armor. And he will. Pershing is disabled. Jagdtiger's still pulling back, but honestly, keep the fight going, Major. You got this. Jagdtiger, realizing his courage, charges forward headlong against the Jackson. With a huge infantry push, the Germans are launching a final effort in order to counteract a lot of the Allies. And yeah, they have the Shreks to prove it, taking out the Jackson. Smoke being dropped for the Americans, but by God, it's helping out the Germans. Jagdtiger firing unopposed through the smoke at the armor, trying to reduce it. All the Panzer Shreks in the world are being fired. Another armor unit down. Another armor unit down. Win after win, but this is it. AVRE comes in. The British have come in against Cithro's flank. He needs a little bit of reinforcements. Even though Purple's fighting valiantly amid, Katyusha does fire. Rockets firing, missing the Elephant. Elephant returns fire against the, oh my God, Firefly, reducing it to a very low health. Firefly does manage to pull on back with just so small amount of health. Same thing with the Elephant, who needs to head back to base for repairs. British lost a decent amount in infantry, and I think a little bit of armor in that push. Definitely Soviets have lost quite a bit. Demu from Hell has lost almost all his reserves in this battle. But the big catch is this, victory points. While that was a huge upset in winning for what's on the field, victory point wise, it does not matter. Right now, it's up to the AI to take over this, and by God, somehow, some way, the AI did manage it. Also, I have no idea why a mortar was hiding here, but oh, okay, sure, it's hiding there. Oh, awesome. Also, sector assault is now in play. All right, it would have been more helpful if that was under field, but yeah, like the guy from Hell is pretty much gone at this point. Demu from Hell has nothing. He is pretty much gone. And this is what the Axis need. They needed to destroy a player and then keep advancing. And that might be it. Jagdtiger up to Veterancy 3. Still shredding. Alright. But they are down on victory points, and they need to hold mid with everything they have. Assault artillery is coming down on this position. Will it be enough, though? Artillery will smack those guards troops. And artillery is hitting this sector, which is going to hurt a lot of the armor trying to move on in. Grenadiers will try to capture the point. British are causing more havoc, but Purple has regained momentum and is actually a decent fighting force now to fight off the Brits. But artillery is coming on in as well. Katyusha pushes back the Grenadier squad and actually I think kills it. He does kill it. Jagdtiger gets a great shot forcing back that armor. Right now the S-25s are the other thing, and the Jag easily forces them back up to Vet 4 right now. That Jag is holding its own. Again, for a team that has an AI, they are not fighting like it. They are fighting like a cohesive team for at least a decent amount. While the Allies are breaking apart and losing everything they have. But right now it will not matter if that is the case, if the Axis don't hold on to a victory point soon. They need that victory point. They need it now. By God, they need something. We'll see how this goes. Rangers coming on in to stop the decap. High explosive rounds are needed, I think. Wait, grenade does nothing. Stuka comes in, though, does a decent amount. And even hurts some of the equipment. We have an Ostwind diving. Sure, AI, you know what? You can't be perfect. You're trying your best. But, you know, it's enough to keep them back for you to cap it, so whatever. We can't, AI can't, look, AI's not great, but, you know, we champion him occasionally. They're just rushing up forces, and the AI, not AI, the allies are running into this mindset of, we just keep putting men on the point, we'll win this game. Guess what? That's not at all how that's going to go. Plane almost crashes into the Firefly. Elephant easily pushing them back. Up to Vet 3. Gotta give it up to Sithro for this, by the way. Again, Sithro and Major's Jagdtigers are literally carrying their game. Each of them on their shoulders, holding this game up, keeping themselves in the fight for this long. Honestly, allies are throwing men after men, body after body, armored after armored vehicle into mid, trying desperately to capture it. But so far, that has not been the case. If anything, that smoke might be the staging ground for a massive German assault. Massive Panzerstrike force coming on in purple, using a cheap move, but it's an effective move, killing another armored unit from Demu. And right now, leaving a wide corridor open for a big push. Heck, Sithro, maybe even a Stuka Bomb to finish off his remaining men. But luckily, a Katusha comes on in, pushes back the blob, and forces him back. We have a small ragtag group of American forces, Rangers, pushing on in for the victory point. That's what they need to go for right now. And by God, there's nothing stopping this. That might be the weak point of the Axis right now. But as well, the British don't have too much over here. They have an MG and AVRE. A big, concisive armor push over here could be it. Anyway, Poundsful Slayer still holding strong, doing what they can. Jagdtiger moving on against the Su-85s, opening fire. Can he hit target? Or does he not have range? He does. Again, problem with the Jag, they don't have sight. You need something else. With the Su-85, yeah, he could use sight. Meanwhile, big push coming in over here. This might be the death blow to the Axis if they don't have something to counter. As we can see here that, yeah, pretty much Captain Tabasco's like, alright, I can't fight mid anymore. I'm taking too many losses. I'm going to go fight on the hill. And yes, that might be it. Major might have to make a valiant attempt, or they push elsewhere. But they have to push right or left. They need to do it now. But it might be too much. They're pushing in forces. Meanwhile, big push in mid to break the remaining Soviet and American forces left there. Panther trying, but the Pershing is Vet 3 and doing what it can, along with a bunch of infantry support. Yep, I think this is game. I don't see any meaningful way they can come back. Cromwell trying to dive the elephant. Oh my God, Panzerwerfer annihilates. No capture for you. And yeah, the hill's pretty much taken. Allies have won the game. Oh my God. Cromwell actually lives. Oh my. It got a Panzerwerfer. You can't say that. Oh well. I have no idea why he did that strike there, but okay. Oh my God. One last shot. One last shot, please. Oh no. Main gun destroyed. Oh, purple could have taken out the left if he would have focused. Alright, let's double check the after action report, shall we? Alright, it's going to be slow. Alright. While it's currently loading, because unfortunately it is slow, I'm going to give a quick sit rep. Overall, this is what I'm going to say. Axis, literally, I honestly think if Sturmtiger did not leave, Major would have won that battle. Because, and this is the big thing, the Allies were getting cocky. They are getting desperate. I don't know if the AI would have been the major contributor to that, but I feel like Sithro would have having the reserves he did in that area probably, no, I'm sorry, not Sithro, Sturmtiger probably could have done it. And I'm being 100% serious. The Jagdtiger and Elephant were consistently guarded by their teams. They did so much damage to the Allies that I would say the Axis would have had a better chance of winning. Now, the Allies were on a roll the second half of that match, but I do think overall the Axis probably had a better chance of winning if it wasn't for an AI. And honestly, Major and Sithro played way better than a lot of the enemy team. Purple didn't play well, which is why the British was able to, like, exploit it. Toward the end, like, some of the Soviet players started losing a lot of, like, really good combat abilities. I just don't feel like they were making great plays. They did some weird dives that didn't end up well. Yeah, like, again, the Allies played well. They just didn't play as well as a lot of the Allies. I will say some of the preservation was good. Like, again, keeping some of the Su-85s alive, stuff like that. Also, like, Elmo Fudd, that's just a hilarious name. And he did pretty well with his tank destroyers. But I want to kind of check damage overall to see how they did. Alright, anyway, let's double check the after action report. And we're looking here, and by God, that's a lot of damage. Major, 73,000. That's, okay, so yeah, purple was the weak point of the Axis. Purple, honestly, I feel like if you sub out purple earlier with another more competent player, because I feel like this is a random, you probably would have won. You probably would have honestly won this game, because, by God, Jagdtiger, Major, Cithro are literally just bench pressing. They're doing so well. And then what ended up happening was purple loses his side and everything else just falls apart. The Axis do recover, Jagdtiger drops, and then it's up to literally Cithro and Major, and then purple does like a spammy tactic, which does work, but still, it's not enough to turn the tide. Meanwhile, on the Allied side, we have most damage going to Elmo Fudd. Again, hilarious. I think he got 35,000 damage with the Su-85s, and Captain Tabasco with most kills. Really good overall. Great time. Great game. Honestly, Major, I tip my hat off to you because you played extremely well. And it shows that even in a situation where you have a bad player, which is purple, and you have an AI, you can still give a hell of a fight to the point where, honestly, again, it's just neck and neck. Hello everyone, this is Greyshot. If you want to check out previous content, video links will be above, including my Patreon link, which, again, many people support, including Aphyria, Milam, Joey G240, Samuel McKinney, Seth Kuipers, Anton, Bishara, PyroShark, Ace, Fall of Man, Jakub, Ocwieja, to round it out. Thank you guys so much for your incredible support. If you want to be a patron, you can join. Otherwise, thank you to my current patrons. You guys rock and help me do what I do best. Anyway, this has been Greyshot17, and I'll see all of you next time.